In this video, I'm going to describe why you do not want to live in the dorms when you're in college. Do not live in the dorms. Now, I know there are a few colleges where if you're a freshman, they do require you to live in the dorms. There are a few of them around. I wouldn't really go to those schools. You don't really want to live in the dorms. First off, if you have to live in the dorms, or you really believe that is a good idea, because after all, the convenience, and you're going to pay for that convenience. Oh yeah, more than just in money. You should try to get some of your friends to live with you, especially if it's apartment style. You want your friends as your roommate. If you can get a single room, get a single room if you have no choice. But if you have friends, let them be your roommate and all this other stuff. Or you're in an apartment with your friends, or you're in a home. That's why you won't have a job, like I said in an earlier video. I'll give you a lot of reasons why you do not want to live in the dorms. First off, your neighbors are the biggest is your neighbors are going to suck. Oh man, the neighbors you're going to meet. It's not. I mean, they're going to be loud and obnoxious, extremely loud and obnoxious. And I had a drunken redneck, piss on the floor, piss in the sink, and everything. I mean, nasty. And he wasn't the only one in the whole building either. There are a bunch of those his type. And they're not just rednecks. They're all different shapes and sizes and colors and genders. But then you had a fat guy. I'm not trying to disparage fat people, but because it's not just overweight people that do this. They pour their food down into the toilet, or they put the paper towels in the toilet and overflow them. Not to mention, when they get sick, you're going to get sick. We had one guy who used to bring girls over, which seems like a great idea, but a lot of times they were drunk. Now, if you're paying attention to what's going on now, you know that with drunk girls, even if they're slightly drunk, and even if you're drunker than them, even if you pass out and they mess with you, you will be the one to get kicked out of school. Even if you did nothing and they did everything. Well, this is back in the 90s. That still could happen back then, but it wouldn't have been like it is today. Those girls, they could have gotten us in trouble. Even though I stayed outside in front of everybody, but still, you're not allowed to have witnesses. In colleges, when they're screwing you over for something like that, sexual harassment or sexual assault, they don't let you have witnesses. No witnesses, nothing. You can't present your case at all. They don't believe in the Constitution. Remember what I said in the first video about bringing the Constitution with you? There's a reason for that. Don't let them see it because they might get a little pissed off. Because they do not like the Constitution. A lot of your fellow students won't like the Constitution either. But anyway, I'm getting off topic like I have a habit of doing. You do not want to live in the dorms because of those reasons. And not to mention that the temperature control. Some people like it freezing cold. Some people like it extremely hot. If they wash their dishes in the sink, they leave this nasty sink, they get that junk all over your stuff. People are rude, they're loud, they party all night. A lot of them will party all night, every freaking day. And if you're a STEM, majoring in a STEM field, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, you need your study time and you need your sleep. You ain't getting that in the dorms. I can promise you that. Dorms are not for sleeping. They are not. If you're one of those people who like to party, it seems like, okay, maybe dorms ain't so bad because I can party. You're still going to get screwed. Because other people want to party too, and they're going to drink your beer, your alcohol. They will drink it. Trust me. They will drink your stuff. They will eat your food. They're loud and obnoxious. The RAs do not care. They will not care at all about what you go complain. Some of them talk to them. Like that drunk I just mentioned earlier, talks like, what the hell are you going to talk to a drunk about? Stop drinking and making noise at 3 in the morning, opening your window and inviting weirdos in? And yeah, he would do crap like that. Banging on your door, 2 in the morning. Hey, so-and-so is working at a bar now. Let's go to see him. This person has a job and he's at work right now. Let's give him some support. Bang, 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 bang. And the guy's in graduate school. Okay? Graduate school. The bastard was in graduate school. He was in his 30s. Live with his mommy on the weekends. We had one guy, oh, I'm such a pretty boy. You know, he rub his butt. You can't see me doing that. But, you know, I'm such a pretty boy. You had him and his friend having their hair cut 2:30 in the freaking morning. You will meet weirdos up the yin-yang. I mean, you have not seen freaks until you lived in the dorms. Okay? I mean, utter freaks. The things they will do. I mean, like, you know, like I just said, bringing the girls over. Now, I want to tell you something. When you get, for you guys especially, if you get a job, one thing you're going to notice is that a lot of your female coworkers may call you dear and honey and sweetie. They may put the hand on you, ask you, do you have a girlfriend? Guess what? You do any of that to them, you're fired. Or you'll be called in the management office for sexual harassment. Remember that, guys. I just need to throw that in right now for you guys. Women can get away with a whole lot more than you can. Okay? If a woman brought guys over to their dorm room and the guy was drunk, even if they did take advantage of him, they're not going to get any trouble for it. Even if he goes and complains. But if some guy's dumb enough to bring drunk girls to his dorm room, you know, and I want to say this is my advice, and it's just something I think people should do. When you're drunk, I don't care if you're a male or a female, don't have sex, okay? Not when you're drunk, because your partner, even no matter male or female, can accuse you of stuff. I mean, yeah, if you're a male, you're more likely to get in trouble, but it doesn't mean that females are going to get away with anything either, because the male may not be able to go to the school administration and report you, but guess what? He can go to the police. So don't bring drunks to your dorm room, please. And not to mention the fact that they could mess the place up. You know, we had guys that bring girls over. It's funny though, because some of them they'd be like, "Shh, it's late at night, so be quiet." And then what would the girls say? "I don't care. I'll make all the noise I want." Now, I'm not trying to disparage women here, because I can guarantee you, if they brought guys over to their rooms and they tell the guys, you know, don't make so much noise, I can guarantee you those same guys will start banging on the walls and stuff. I can promise you that. You know why? They don't live there. So this is not male-female crap stuff. Like, you know, I'm just telling you the truth. You know, you can leave whatever type of nasty comments you want about what I'm saying. Just see if you can prove me wrong. If you can do that, I'd be shocked. Do not live in the dorms. They're nasty. And not to mention, you know, bugs. You know, usually, you know, you may think they keep them clean. Yeah, but when people leave food all over the place and all these weird stuff, you know, it ain't going to be too clean. You could bring your own little refrigerator with you, put your little food in there so nobody takes it. Yeah, you could do that. Now, here's some simple advice. If you're going to live in the dorms, bring your own soap and leave it in your room. Leave the soap in your room. Toilet paper, you bring your own toilet paper and leave it in the room. Do not use their toilet paper that they may have outside. The college itself will not provide you with toilet paper or soap. You use your own and you leave it in your room like I did. The reasons why is number one, they can't knock on, "Hey, baby, you've been using my toilet paper. I need you to help me buy some more." Like, sorry, I have my own. You should have thought about it yourself. And then another thing is, they can't use all your stuff. And also, you always know if you have toilet paper or hand soap or whatever. And when you wash your dishes, you take their stuff out of the sink. Use your own dish liquid that you've been keeping in your room, and you wash your dishes. If you don't, you know, because you don't really want to eat too much of the TV dinners and stuff like that. If you can afford to do it, hey, if you're young, go ahead. Knock yourself out. But you're still going to have to wash your spoons and stuff. You wash your stuff, then you take their stuff and put it right back into the sink. If you want to be nice and wash their dishes too, go right on ahead. Just make sure you tell them you're going to do it. And, you know, like with that drunk again. If you see saw someone cooking, "You cooking for me too, right?" Blah, 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 blah. You know, I mean, we all may joke like that. You know, "Hey, you cooking for me too, right?" You know, as a joke. Now, this guy, he wasn't joking. He was serious. And he would have a stink fit. This little bastard. Now, because we had apartment style dorm. You know, that's 5. And we were all white. Next to us were 5 black guys. You know. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm still getting over that cold, and my throat has, still some problems. But anyways, this jackass went over there one time, played a card game. He brought his alcohol. He's getting his butt kicked, and obviously he didn't like losing to a bunch of black guys. So he gets upset, grabs his beer, and calls them the N-word. I'm not going to repeat that word because I think it's stupid to say it. But, he calls them that word, and then he leaves. Now, you think that they chase him down and beat his ass? No. Not all blacks are violent. Stop thinking that way, okay? They're not going to respond with violence if you use the N-word. They just let it go. They just told us about it. Because they say, it's not really worth, attacking him or doing anything because, what's the point? You just prove him right. You can go and report him, but, you got to have evidence and don't have any real evidence. What's the point? Just let it go. Whether or not I agree with that or not, I don't know. I mean, I'm glad they didn't hurt him because, that's not a good idea. But I do wish they reported him because, we all were sick of him. Everybody hated his guts. And, and I used to report him for some of his problems because he broke some of my stuff. He messed with everybody, started drinking people's beers, and they're eating their food and junk. Nothing happened to him. It doesn't matter if you're white or black. Do not expect your grievances to be heard, okay? Not in a college, not in the dorms. It ain't worth it. The dorms are a nightmare. If you can, rent an apartment or rent a home. I preferably a house. You should get hopefully enough money in your scholarships and grants to be able to do it. Hopefully. And you get a part-time job on campus or off campus or whatever, but get that job. But do not live in the dorms, please. And then also you're responsible for the cleaning. All the mess that they make, those people that make that mess, they're going to leave. They leave you with it. Now you may think, well, I ain't going to clean up at the dump. Okay, don't. Guess what? You got a bill coming to you. Well, I ain't going to pay that bill. Okay, you don't get your degree then. What you going to do about that, hotshot? I mean, I could make this video hundreds of hours long about why not live in the dorms. But trust me, you have no real freedom in the dorms. There is no freedom in the dorms. Yeah, some colleges you can stay up all night, bring people over 24/7, and drink. If you're over 21, you can drink alcohol. But guess what? It's still limited things you can do. You only can have certain cooking appliances. You only can, not to mention, you have a microwave. You may want to have a TV dinner. But, you either put it in the main refrigerator and hope nobody eats your food, or you put it in your small refrigerator, which can only handle so much food. But if you do live in the dorms, get yourself your own small refrigerator. Okay? Do that. Make sure. And get yourself a TV for one room. You do not want to share a TV with everybody. Thanks. Please like, subscribe, or whatever you want to do. Thanks.